So starting off with Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and to really everyone that holds the father energy. That's been, and what the heck is father energy? I'm so happy that you asked. Father energy is this concept that's been in my space, really in my head. It's been coming to me in my sessions where I sit with myself. I'm at this place right now in my life where I'm redefining what fatherhood means for me, because I am not I don't even know. I'm about to say I'm not the traditional dad, and I don't even know what the hell that means. That's in question. What is a traditional dad? What is a traditional father? And for me, I'm redefining this because I have a unique situation. Like, I have different kids with different moms. I created with different beings, and they're in different spaces. They're in different states. So for the past several years, I had a lot of shame around that, man. Like, I just had a lot of shame because growing up in a divorced household, there was one of the commitments I made to myself that I was never going to put my kids through what I experienced as a kid. And it all started when my shame as a dad started when I got separated in my marriage and divorce, because I was repeating the cycle. And it continued to spin out of control. My shame, out of control, like it spun in me. My shame just kept spinning. When I had my second kid out of wedlock, and then right now I'm determining really if I have a third, because there's some situations around that, and it's brought up a lot of things for me. Where I avoided, I didn't want to deal with it, and this part of the message I'm thinking is more for the non-custodial dads, or for the fathers out there that really don't have a connection, that traditional connection with your kids. Be present, man. Be present. For me, that's been a tough thing, because like I beat myself up because I don't see my kids all the time, and it has me stepping out. It has me stepping away, wanting to disconnect, and that's not the space I choose to be in. That's not the space I choose to be in. And that means I got to redefine what it means to be a dad. And I've learned is something. So before I wrap up, some things that came to me that helped me recognize this is when I started looking at during a meditation or sitting with self session, I called in the different directions: the north, the east, the south, the west, and the north, all holding different energies. And there's also the direction of the below and above. And the below represents the feminine, the mother energy. And the mother is like, that's the tangible in our lives, right? That's the one that's always there. That's where we grow as beings. And they're a figure in our lives constantly. The father, on the other hand, the sky above, that's something that's intangible. I can look up in the sky, but I'm not able to touch it. It's just something that's that's a presence. Now, I've been seeing a lot of hawks lately. And that is messages from a higher power, from a higher being. And it's also reminding me that as a dad in my situation, a non-custodial dad, an unconventional dad, a 21st century father and dad, my presence gets to be wider. My presence gets to be something else. So I've recognized and I've accepted now as a father, my gift to my kids is giving them space to truly be themselves. Not distance, like not literal space, but creating this space. Some people could call it a container. Some people could call it like an environment. I don't care what you call it. What it boils down to is, like, as a father, for me, I want to make sure that my kids can get to express themselves. So whether it's teaching them about emotional intelligence, whether it's like helping them build their dream, encouraging them, disciplining them, checking them, getting them to find what they want to do in life. Because especially I got two boys, the third is a girl, be in that space where they can have that sky that they can look up, not even look up to like, oh, hey, but like something just that they know is there. They may not be able to feel or sense it, but they know it's there. And it's something that I find a lot of fathers or people that are holding father energy, they a lot of times they have to make the tough decisions. They have to make some decisions that are different from a mother's tough decisions. And for guys, and my judgment is like, there's black men of color that may not be connected with their kids, white men, different men that are not connected with their kids, and there's some shame or there's some disconnect because like the co-parent is a pain in the fucking ass. And that's cool. And that's all right. That's something, I'm just telling you, man, this is something that you get to hone in and refine because it's getting you to redefine what fatherhood is for you. Don't fall into that bullshit that's out there about, hey, a father's this and a father is, yeah, I'm cooking up this chicken and I'm cooking on the grill and I'm with my kids and I'm reading the bedtime stories. That's some old freaking Richie Cunningham, Happy Days, Leave It to Beaver bullshit. That doesn't exist in this time frame, especially with all the divorces, civil relationships, co-parenting relationships, all those things. So if there's a space for you men as fathers where you feel like, okay, I'm not fitting the bill, and I'm going to speak for myself because there's a lot of times I feel like that, whether it's as far as how I provide child support, how I connect with my kids, all those things, I feel it too. And the thing to remember, man, is that that's a story that we're telling ourselves. That's a story that I tell myself, that I'm not good enough, that I'm struggling, that I'm not a great dad. That's BS. What that is that's a calling for me to redefine what fatherhood means for me. And fatherhood is different for every single man out there. Every single man, every single being. And it's time to drop this image of what fatherhood can be and start to explore what fatherhood is for you. Because the fact that a kid comes to you, there's something that they came to you to learn. Something that they came to you to inherit. So step into that fully. Okay, I commit to stepping into that fully. And as men that co-create a being or co-create a vision, that's father energy. So whether you've had a kid or not, I'm blessing you all fathers, you men out there, and women that hold that father energy. Thanks for being that space because you're on for something bigger. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank the men and the groups that have been by my side that I've chosen to connect and link up with consistently over this year. Mankind Project, Men Mentoring Men with my man Chris, Lamar, Dell, Jonathan, John, Izzy. My other men's mentoring group, Maurice, Aaron, James. You guys, damn, yeah. Blessings to you guys, man. And just my boys, Dave, Dean, all the dads out there that I can connect to, the dads in the Mankind Project, I mentioned them. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being in that space. Thanks for holding me accountable, and thanks for getting me to see outside of my vision. Thanks to my lady G Money too for being there when I'm freaking sobbing and crying about all this and holding space for me. It's a blessing. So men, on this Father's Day, I salute you. Women, on this Father's Day, I salute you. Anyone that has that father energy and is there to be a guide, there to be supervision, provision, there to be a space. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. And I am